Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Dr. Nick, and welcome back to the 90s Guys Show. Now, I've already seen the complaints last night about how awful Raw 25th anniversary was. And it seems like no matter what, every pay per view, every Monday Night Raw, every SmackDown, somebody has to find something wrong with it, bitch about it on Twitter, bitch about it on Facebook, say they're going to cancel the network, say they're going to no longer watch Monday Night Raw anymore. And that's fine. You want to cancel the network? You want to quit watching professional wrestling? Be my guest. We really don't need people like you, to be honest. There are things that happen in professional wrestling that I don't like, and I do complain about them to my friends. I may write a tweet about, oh wow, that was bogus, but I don't go on these huge tirades and it's a entertainment, sports entertainment. It's something that a lot of us have watched for many years. I've been a fan since 1989. I was about 4 years old. And I remember one of the first matches I ever watched was like on Wrestling Challenge. And it was Hulk Hogan and King Kong Bundy. And I remember seeing the Ultimate Warrior get locked in a casket by Jake the Snake Roberts. Things like that. And it's always been very entertaining to me. And people they seem to forget that for those like us who grew up in the late '80s, into the Attitude Era, and all these years later, Monday Night Raw has not always been A+ entertainment all 2 hours of the show. People seem to forget that. They remember the highlights. But do you remember some of the matches they had? Perfect example, the Snow Bunny match. Yeah, it was kind of entertaining. But back then, they didn't really showcase a lot of the women the way they should have. There was a lot of squash matches. There was a lot of jobber matches in the early years of Monday Night Raw '93 and '94. There wasn't always 100% grade A entertainment all 2 hours of the show. I mean, yeah, they had The Rock and Austin and Mankind and Triple H and Vince and Austin going back and forth, stuff like that. But the problem that people don't get is, like, there's always been dirt sheets. I mean, back before the internet became really popular and accessible to everybody, they had dirt sheets. They were printed in magazines, of course, and a lot of times by the time you got it, it was already old news. But Wrestling Inc., WrestleZone, a lot of the message boards, stuff like that, dirt sheets have always been around. And people always say, "Oh, dirt sheets ruined wrestling." Somebody took a picture of somebody on, at the airport and it ruined it. In my opinion, dirt sheets have ruined a lot of things, but it's not dirt sheets that have ruined professional wrestling for the average fan or the long term fan. It's stupid people who think that because they're a wrestling fan, they have the right to quote unquote become a home booker, be a part of creative. It's like why can't we just enjoy something for what it is? Like I said before, not every bit of it is going to be 100% grade A. I mean, think of it. When you watch a TV show and you watch a series, is every episode always good? No. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead, has every episode of The Walking Dead been entertaining? Not always. There's always going to be some aspect of a TV show that you're not going to like. And then there's going to be aspects of that particular episode that you do like. Like, for instance, last night, Stone Cold and Vince and Shane. That was really cool. Seeing the poker game going on backstage with the APA. That was really cool. Seeing Carl Anderson and Finn Balor and Luke Gallows and DX and Scott Hall in the ring. Very cool. Seeing the return of a lot of the divas, women, that was really neat. Seeing King and Jim Ross, that was really cool. And seeing The Miz win back the Intercontinental Championship, Braun kicking ass, and people complained about, oh, there wasn't enough of this, there wasn't enough of that. Why can't we just enjoy something? I mean, for me, professional wrestling is a hobby, a lifelong passion. It's something that a lot of us use to escape the regular everyday world. So what? I mean, I understand there's always going to be people complaining and bitching, and I'm not saying you can't complain and bitch, but it's literally every single week. I mean, I got on Facebook as Raw was happening, after Raw, and tons of these people that are in my buy and sell groups, my wrestling groups. That was the worst thing I ever seen. That was garbage. I'm never watching WWE again. That was absolute crap. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, really? Why do you have to be so bitter? Why do you have to be so angry about something that you're supposed to love, something you're supposed to be passionate about? I mean, you're almost getting as bad as NFL fans. The whole point of a sport is to be, competitive and entertaining, and to, give an escape for somebody 2 3 hours out of the day. And that's what pro wrestling is to me and a lot of other wrestling fans. So, do I get mad when I see a spoiler? It's kind of my own fault. If there's something that pops up and I open it and I find out about somebody returning, I ruined it for myself. There's a lot of aspects of sports in general that, when did it become, fans are people who are supposed to appreciate the product, appreciate the sport, and just enjoy it for what it is, entertainment, and something to brighten our day. I know a lot of times, myself included, we like to make suggestions on things that we would like to see happen in the WWE, in professional wrestling in general. And we can talk about storylines and creative things with our friends, and post on Facebook or Twitter and be like, I would love for this to happen, or why did they do this? That's perfectly fine, constructive conversation. But to actually get on there and get physically riled up and angry and just pissed off about, something as simple as a hobby, a passion that you have, it's gotten to the point where I'm never going to leave as a fan, but it ruins it for a lot of other people. It creates a very negative environment, and I just think it's time for a lot of those people. If you don't want to be fans anymore and you think it's garbage, leave. We don't want you. We don't need you. There's tons of us left that appreciate it for what it is. But anyways, like this video, hit the subscribe button down below, and hit that little bell icon to make sure you get all of my video notifications, since YouTube has been very wonky. But anyways, thank you for watching. Check out my other videos. Check out my podcast named it's called Slamcast on the FNX.network. I will post a link below, and you guys can check that out. Also, if you want to look it up, my Slamcast Facebook page on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter, all that kind of good stuff. I'm all over social media. Comment down below if you'd like for me to cover a certain topic, talk about a certain wrestler, or, it doesn't have to be professional wrestling. I do pop culture videos, vintage stuff, cartoons, movies, you name it. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.